G'day, my name's Rich Hungerford. I'm the Senior Instructor at Bush Law Survival and Tracking School. Down under in Australia, southeast Queensland. Beautiful part of the world to be in. Great bush, thick bush, open country, and the freedom to move across it. Except most people lack one key thing when trying to do that. They can't navigate. So I wanted to talk to you quickly about how important wilderness navigation actually is. Now let me separate a couple of things here so you're clear where I'm coming from. Because other people view things and semantically label things differently. Now wilderness navigation to me is the ability to walk from one geographic feature to anywhere else in the wilderness around you. It is not orienteering, where you walk from one orange flag marker to some other orange flag marker that has got no real point or significance in relation to the terrain that it is placed within at all. It's just there. It's to test your navigation ability. And I question the efficacy of that. I've been navigating since I was 13 years old. I'm getting close to 50 now. And I tell you what, navigation is the one thing that sets you free. Map and a compass will walk. You can go places where other people are too scared to tread. That's okay. There's tracks for them. For those of you with an untamed heart, you need the skills to get out there and get off that track and to explore wilderness. So that is what wilderness navigation is. Survival navigation, which we also teach here at the school, is slightly different. Wilderness navigation is utilising all of the modern aids, detailed mapping in particular, a compass, protractors, roamers, and to some lesser degree, an intimate understanding of GPS devices and how to use them responsibly, how to use them so you're not dependent upon them. Okay? That's wilderness navigation. Survival navigation differs in that we take away those modern aids. And on that course that we run here, when we talk about survival navigation, we're discussing things like utilising celestial reference points to orientate yourself to the cardinal directions of north, south, east and west. We are looking at old skills, old knowledge, old wisdom about how to move across the landscape, to maintain a course of direction, to make your own maps as you go. Right? That is survival navigation. And then we have a range of techniques that allow us to achieve that. Both forms of navigation complement one another. So to me, a good wilderness navigator should be capable of employing survival navigation techniques to ensure that A, their sense of direction is never brought into compromise. Because the two complement each other so uniquely, because I can utilise that big north point in the sky with the north point of my compass and I know exactly where I am all the time. Now I teach navigation in a way that was taught to me. That has practically died out, unfortunately, because of the advent of GPS devices. In a nutshell, navigators become lazy and we've become over-reliant on a piece of electronic equipment giving us a set of coordinates. And when I teach navigation, I take it back to the basics. And the basics is a good detailed map, a topographical map, one that you can look at and make sense of. And you can't utilise latitude and longitude coordinates effectively in hiking navigation when you're a pedestrian, because the indices you can break down your map to get an exact point are just not precise enough. So we need to utilise things like UTM or military grid reference system types of coordinate ranking. And we do that here at the school. We'll teach people both, because that's how pedestrian navigation is actually undertaken. Detailed maps, an effective coordination system backed up with safety devices such as your GPS device. And you can be your own coach. You can stand somewhere, orientate your map and work out exactly where you are. And the trick to doing that is never knowing not where you are. And that's something that's been lost over the course of generations. We fire and forget, put some coordinates in, walk off. Batteries run out. Now we have a survival situation. So, if you want a sense of freedom, if you want a sense of what it's like to not be hamstrung by having to stay on a track, get some wilderness survival training in and get some wilderness navigation training in. The two complement each other beautifully. If you ever do get into trouble, you know how to fix that situation and give yourself the best chance of getting home safely to your loved ones. In the interim, you have the freedom to wander wherever your feet want to take you. And you do it in a structured way. To do it with the knowledge and the skill that comes with being a fantastic wilderness navigator. So join us on the next wilderness survival course or the next wilderness navigation course here at Bushlaw Australia. And we'll show you how.